Good morning. It is 61 degrees right now. We got a beautiful sunny start to the day, but clouds coming in and off and on rain showers. They're saying highs today right around 70 degrees. Technically, they're saying daytime highs of 69, but anytime I see 69, I just skip over it, Raylene. I just go right to 70.
Well, you might as well.
Yeah. So 70 degrees for the daytime high today. Tomorrow, a little cooler, 77 and sunny. Wednesday looks like we're going to rebound a little bit back to summertime, just a pinch, 80 degrees on Wednesday. And I'll be honest with you, I was glancing through the 10-day forecast that Tyler posted up from NBC5, and it was nice to see those temperatures rebounding a little bit, more summer-like. I don't know. We still have some summer left.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm liking the cooler nights, though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie about that. That's amazing.
50s, beautiful.
Gotta love it.
Absolutely fantastic. Of course, we're going to be talking about this this scumbag who has been let out on the streets in Burlington. That's getting a lot of attention in social media, trending big time here in Vermont. Yes, we are going to talk about that this morning. You bet. And, of course, we're going to get more into the weather. We're going to talk about what's coming up this week, everything that's going on. But I want to jump in right now. Tracy Haynes with Giroux General Transport is with us. Good morning, love. How are you?
Good morning. I'm wonderful. How are you?
It is so lovely to hear your voice. September 23rd is right around the corner here. It is almost a month away. And we want to push what's going on over at Giroux General Transport with your next CDL course. But Raylene and I were pushing last week that, you know, you've got some work to do if you want to be part of this class. It's not like you can sign up the week before. You got to get your permit first, right?
Yes, a lot of things have changed over the last year, especially through DMV and the federal motor carriers. And then we are having to make some adjustments to make it all work. So DMV is really backed up. So as a class, we were sending anywhere from 10 to 20 students at a time to go get permits.
Yeah.
It was taking them up like 4 months to get permits. That's how backed up they were. Our classes were starting to get overlapped because we just could not get them into make appointments.
Yeah.
So we did some changing in January to accommodate for DMV's backup. So essentially what you need to do is you need to schedule your permit test as soon as possible. As soon as you feel like you are wanting to take that next step, you need to go down and schedule that appointment because they're booking way out.
Okay.
2-3 weeks at least way ahead. So you have to schedule that appointment. You need to get on the computer and pull up the CDL manual and study that way. Or you may go down and pick up a CDL manual right at DMV in the CDL department. Study that manual, take your permit test, get your permit. Before you can pick that permit up and bring it home, they require you to have your DOT physical card. We strongly urge you to see Dr. Heather Conley on River Street in Montpelier to get that done. Again, she books out a ways. So when you schedule that permit appointment, you need to schedule that DOT physical appointment. Okay, get them done, get the DOT card in hand so that when you go down and you take that permit test, you can pick that up at the same time.
So you need to get on this, like we were saying last week. You need to get on this right now because September 23rd. Yes. I mean, if you want to be part of the class, you got to get this. You got to get your ducks in a row.
Yes, and I already have 14 registered students for our September 23rd class, which means we only have 6 available slots.
Wow. 6 left. Okay.
So that's going to be a really good class. You aren't going to want to miss out on it. The bigger the group is, the more instructors there are that we hire to be there. We break them up into groups. Each group will be assigned a station or a task, and then they rotate through. So when I say that, I mean some of them will be doing pre-trip, some of them will be doing backing, some of them will be doing coupling and uncoupling, some of them will be doing alley docks or straight backing, or each one will be assigned a station. So the bigger the group, the bigger, the better, the more activities there is to keep rotating through, which means less standing around, less time, waiting for other people. We really keep them working. And again, if you want to be part of the group, the sooner you get on the registration, the better. You want to be on this roster, call me, get it done. I'll give you all the steps you need to get the permit prep started, the funding if you're going to apply for grants. All of that, I'll give you all of that information to get you on your way.
All right, we're going to drop your phone number here in a second. But the last time we spoke with you, you said companies like Pepsi, Hood, fuel companies, town garages.
This is funny because Casella is meeting with us on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they have their own training facility in Rutland, they are not getting anybody to bite. Because they have to sign that contract saying they will work for them for X amount of time.
Right.
To be able to go to their school. So they called us and they said, "Can we partner with your school?" I said, "Well, we used to be partners with you a long time ago." And they said, "Well, we'd like to be partners again." They've come back to us. They're meeting with our students on Wednesday. They want to hire people right out of school. 0-hour training behind the wheel after school. Not like some companies who are like, you have to, have 3 months experience before we'll accept you, or you have to have X amount of time behind the wheel before we will hire you. They want you like right now.
This is a really, really lucrative career. This is something that is going to pave the way for an outstanding future for you. You can pretty much do anything with a CDL license.
Correct.
You can go
Correct.
anywhere. Yeah, see the country, stay here in Vermont, either way.
It's right. And right now, if you're 21 years of age and you have your Class A CDL, most people are hiring at a starting rate of $30 an hour.
Wow.
To start at 21 years old. Tell me that's not a great opportunity. A lot of them are also giving them anywhere between $5,000 and $7,000 sign-on bonus.
Sign-ons, yeah.
To, sweeten the pot. So you work for them for 2 years. You get all of your training, and then you go anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want.
We're going to be pushing this hard this week, and we're going to check in with you next week and see. But I'm guessing that those 6 spots left are going to be filling up fast, Tracy.
Our fall classes tend to be very popular. People are like, okay, summer's over. We're ready to do this before it gets too cold. So our fall classes tend to fill up.
Yeah.
And this year is no different than any other. We've already been having call after call. We have a few companies who have called us and said, "Hey, can I send some new hires right over to you to get trained? If you're interested in doing something like that, give me a call. I have a couple of places I can send you." There's lots of different aspects to this class. It's not just one. We are your job reference for the next 10 years.
Yeah,
we have
right.
to keep your file on record for 10 years. We have to go through and say, yes, this one was great at coming to class. Attendance was perfect. He worked well with others. He followed directions well. He was able to do this. He had no accidents. All of those things follow you for 10 years. So this isn't just a class, but this is a job reference for you for the next 10 years.
Tracy, thank you for coming on. The phone number 279-3325.
Give me a call.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from you.
All right. Again, 802-279-3325. That's Tracy Haynes right there from Giroux General Transport. The next CDL training course is going to be starting up September 23rd. And we're going to check in with her next week, too. Darren Gillis, your Gillies on the list today for birthdays, Raylene. Toby White. We have Cheryl Ouellette, Matt Frey on the birthday list. Happy birthday. Justin Lamson. Let's see. Gordon Peary on the list. Kira Pierce. Kathy Felch. Is that the Kathy Felch?
It is. I'm assuming. I don't think there's more than one.
Well, she's a great
Thank
lady.
goodness.
If it's the Kathy Felch I'm thinking of, she's
She
a great
is a
lady.
great lady.
Great lady.
I agree.
Do you have anyone else on the
No,
birthday
Kathy
list
was
today?
the only one I have on my list.
If you're just getting started with us, if you're just waking up with us, thank you so much for getting your work week started. We're looking at considerable cloudiness today, off and on rain showers, and again, temps hovering right around the 70-degree mark. But we have a pretty nice week coming with plenty of sunshine, some dry out time. Hopefully the ground is going to do just that and dry out. How was the weekend for you, Raylene?
It was a great weekend. It was a very good weekend. Yes. Yesterday was my most favorite day of the year. It was our annual family gathering. So all of the aunts, cousins, my mother's cousins and their kids and the whole slew of us got together, and it's my favorite day of the year.
Yeah.
Out of anything that happens in the year, that's it. I love to see them all.
Food, drink,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Way
Fight.
too much food.
fights?
No.
Okay.
Why the hell would we fight?
Well, yeah, sometimes when families get together, beer bottles get thrown and stuff
No.
like that. Not anyone get arrested?
No.
Great. That sounds like
No.
a great day.
It was a great day. It always is.
How was the food?
Amazing. As always, my Uncle Hank does a really, really good job running the grill. And then, of course, everybody brings something. And I totally copped out this year. I was tired and had a lot going on this weekend. So I brought wings from Gusto's. But, those went over very well.
I'm sure they
so,
did. Sure they did.
I couldn't, just put them in a bucket and bring them in. And so that was good. But yeah, so much food and just fun and being able to see everybody and see all the new babies and, all the stuff that comes with.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I said, we all live right here in Vermont. Sure, some are Albany, Hardwick, Morrisville, Stowe, Eden, whatever. And I say I get to see all the people that I don't see, but why? Why don't I see them?
Yeah.
I need to be better about making that effort for sure because they do. They mean a lot to me, and
Sure.
we are a super close family.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that many people can say that they talk to their cousins on the phone a couple times a month, and
Yeah.
some of them a couple times a week, and
Sure.
talk to their sister 4 times a day, and
Seems like that's getting rarer and rarer.
yeah, like we are a very close family, my aunts, my uncles, and everybody. And so I don't know. I need to be better about that.
Yeah. Is that it for the weekend? For the most part? With that?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, all that's I feel like talking about because my entire life isn't everybody's business,
Right.
just like
Sure.
yours or anybody else's.
Right,
It's,
exactly.
I get to have my time too.
Of course.
Yeah.
I ran to the Stowe Car Show, which, of course, we always call it the Stowe Car Show, even though it's in Waterbury at Farfield. It was amazing on Saturday. Things, at least where I was dry in the field, but it was it was a little damp. Just tried to make sure to steer clear of that stuff, but yeah, it was amazing. The flea market, the car corral, the parade. Everything was a huge success, and I'm so glad that Mother Nature improved her attitude barely soon enough to allow that 67th running of the for the car show. And Central Vermont Cars and Coffee had theirs on Sunday, which
Yes, I
was
saw.
big success. Perfect weather for that.
How was the first annual beer tent?
Fabulous. It was outstanding. It was
Good.
outstanding.
Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce.
Put that on,
Turn that up.
and there was a lot of people there. There was a lot of people.
All kinds of different craft beers, I'm assuming.
Yes.
No domestic like me. You know, I need
think
to
there
have
was.
the.
I think I saw one domestic on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gusto's catered that. They did a great job. And what else? I just saw a bunch of cars that I fell in love with, including a '69 Camaro. I thought I saw a '67 Camaro, a '69 Charger. I saw I think it was a '69 Chevelle or a '65 Chevelle Studebakers. 61 Hawk Studebaker. Just beautiful cars. It was just amazing. I left there just head spinning. And then had some friends that all got together yesterday, and we all got the dirt bikes out. And of course, I crashed twice. So I got a little thing on my leg here. That's,
Little sore this morning.
it's I've had the ice pack on it, but it's like a big,
Lump.
what do you call that?
Hematoma.
Hematoma on the leg. And went down and was screaming all kinds of, obscenities in the middle of the woods. Like a
And did
complete
you ask
ass.
for a dart?
We didn't request dart,
I'm surprised you didn't.
but,
There must not have been blood.
there was no blood. But then I ran into a tree stump, put the left toe, right into the tree stump, pushed the nail back a little bit, but we're good. It was just a little stiff this morning, a little stiff, but it was a great weekend. I would rather do something like that and get hurt
Didn't do nothing at all.
than sit at home on my ass watching TV. Really, just.
Yeah, I agree.
Got to get out and have some fun. Lily was on her her dirt bike, her XR80, and learning the clutch, and did very well. Never went down.
Nice.
Knocking on wood.
Nice.
And it was a great weekend.
Now, is that a bigger bike than she had before?
Yeah. This is
Oh, so she got a new one.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. The 50 is
Retired.
retired. So now she's learning this. So
Oh, my goodness.
whew. And I got
Frightening.
Oh yeah.
But she's a good rider, though.
She's very good. She's very good. But when she goes down, she's just like her daddy, pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But I got in the back of my buddy's bike. He had a dirt bike, and I was holding on to him, and we got that on video and had some fun with that.
Good Lord.
It was great. Hey, there's a tonight we're going to be out doing some stargazing. There's a meteor shower.
Well, that was last night.
Yeah, but it's still going on.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's, I think,
Last night was just peak.
was the peak of it. Yeah, it's still, there's still going to be quite a bit. Northern Lights, unbelievable pictures.
I know I'm pissed that I missed them because I
You're
never
pissed.
missed them.
I'm pissed.
I never
I've
missed
never
them.
seen them.
But they said, I went to bed because they said it was going to be too cloud covered to
Yeah.
see them. That's what it had said on the news, the 6 o'clock news or whatever, that we wouldn't see that
Right.
stuff last night. And we did. We got a horrible thunderstorm. It
Yeah.
rained really hard and
Yeah.
it was foggy. And I figured, yeah, we won't see them. So I went to bed right around midnight.
Okay.
And I actually slept until 5 o'clock this morning, so I never saw any of it. I've only seen the absolutely incredible pictures that people have been posting. But I've seen them many times. But still, I'm still pissed that I missed it.
Yeah, and the last time I saw him was in the '90s, and the last couple of ones that we've had, you've been able to see, and I, for whatever reason, I don't see them. So I don't know. If I knew that Willoughby was going to look like that picture that we've got up on the page, I would have driven up to Willoughby to see that.
Hell yeah.
That
Or
was
just the
amazing.
pictures over Berry City were absolutely incredible. Another one of my friends took some gorgeous pictures in Albany that are breathtaking, right over at the cemetery where my grandfather is. Yeah, it's definitely gorgeous. If you've never seen them, you're definitely missing out.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all I've got to say.
What do we have? Primaries tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow's the 13th. Get out and vote. Don't forget to write in Michael Putin for Berry City State Rep.
Yes.
See?
Wow. Here
Yeah,
we go.
and Michael Deering, you can write in Michael Deering too for the Republican seat as well. And I'm gonna space on which seat he's doing
Oh, it
because
doesn't
I'm
matter.
daffing this morning. But I mean, our boys are in it, man.
Yeah. This is crunch time, and things are going to get interesting, for lack of a better term, and quickly. And I hope there's an improvement, and I hope that we get out and actually vote.
Yeah. And tonight, Michael Putin and I are interviewing John Rogers, who's running for lieutenant governor, and we'll be interviewing him tonight at 7. We normally do the show at 8, but Mr. Rogers has a very long drive to get home, so we're going to do it at 7 tonight instead.
A couple of years ago, John and I sat down and had a conversation that, I don't know if you remember this. I'll never forget it. Sat down and had a conversation at his kitchen table. That guy has got to be one of the best candidates I think I've ever met to run for, frankly, any office.
I certainly, I really like him, and he has my vote for sure. I really like him. It doesn't hurt that he's a dairy farmer, so I feel like he's really.
I know.
He knows. He really knows.
I know. We walked around his property. He showed me everything that he did, and we sat down at his kitchen table and just had this really relaxed conversation. There was no, he didn't talk like a politician. He just talked like a regular Vermonter, and that's what that was the biggest takeaway for me.
Yeah.
And he's not way over.
And Phil Scott endorsed him, so
right.
I mean,
he's not way over on the left. He's not way over in the right lane. He's a common sense kind of guy.
Yeah.
That's interesting. 7:00 tonight.
Yes.
Barry beat.
Yes.
All right. Vermont Road Construction Report is up. Thank you for doing that, Raylene. Every Monday, we've got, of course, a lot of activity there. There's a lot of stuff.
of activity.
A lot. And it's good to have a glance at that. So that
And
you can
even
plan
more
your week.
after this last storm,
Right.
there wasn't a lot of flooding. There wasn't, and thank God, we certainly dodged a bullet. But there was a lot of wind damage and a lot of trees down, and still, so there are some areas where the roads are more narrow, especially secondary roads.
Yeah.
Dirt roads. They're more narrow. There are a lot of utility crews out working, whether they're working on restoration of power or fixing lines and poles or getting rid of trees. And so there's a lot to pay attention to. And that all of that stuff is not on the construction report. It's just stuff that is in the midst of all of that.
Okay. When it comes to the New York road construction report, we just say if you're going to be skipping over on the other side of the pond, be ready into the Adirondacks. Be ready for some serious detours, because they just got nailed over there from this storm. So
Yeah, they did.
Just
in Montreal, I saw the pictures of Montreal. Holy cow.
amazing.
They really got nailed hard.
We're going to jump into some news here, but listen, first, we want to talk KOB Kitchen, our newest presenting sponsor. You do not have to be an interior design expert to make some incredible changes in your home. All you have to do is get in touch with KOB Kitchens. They're in Berlin. They're on the Shelburne Road. And you also don't have to take out a second mortgage on your home to redo your kitchen or your bath. Two of the most important rooms in your home. Let the design experts over there do it for you, or at least hold your hand through the process and show you some ideas. They have this amazing thing where you take pictures of your kitchen or your bath, you go in, you put it into this AI computer thing, and it basically, you can redesign your actual room. You can see exactly what it's going to look like before you do all the work. And it's literally AI stuff. It's amazing.
Nice.
Browse the showroom. Get over there. You'll be glad you did. You can find them everywhere on social media. info@kobkitchen.com is probably the fastest way to get in touch with them, or 448-5500, kobkitchen.com. There's a lot that's being said on Facebook and social media everywhere about this guy in
Patrick
Burlington.
Abbotson, 37 of Burlington.
What's the story with this guy? Raylene's gonna throw out some numbers here that are gonna stun you.
Yeah, a man with nearly 230 law enforcement encounters in the past year.
230
In a year.
law enforcement encounters in the past year.
Is back on
Not the past 10 years.
No. Is back on Burlington streets. 37-year-old Patrick Abbotson once on Thursday and Friday and twice on Saturday for violating conditions of release. After police arrested him Thursday, they say they identified him on surveillance video burglarizing Burlington City Arts on the 25th of July. The most recent incident happened around 4 p.m. Saturday when police say they got a call that Abbotson was banging on the doors of the Cathedral of St. Joseph after already having been removed from that building. Police arrested him, and a judge then released him to appear in court at a later time. Abbotson has been arrested 69 times and has 35 active criminal court cases pending in Vermont Superior Court currently. Just insane.
Why is he back on the street?
Good question.
What happened? What did the judge say?
I don't know. I don't know why he released him. I don't know. Is it the confines of whatever the law is? I don't know why they released him, but you would think somebody like him, they could just hold him without bail and it would not be a problem, but apparently it is.
Just this guy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Whoever his lawyer is, if he has one,
I'm sure he has a public defender.
that
get
public
real.
defender should get an Emmy for their work. I mean,
Well, and the lawyer wouldn't have had anything to do with him being arrested. So he's on conditions. I'm assuming if he's on conditions, that means that he's on probation, and so it would have been solely up to the probation officer and the judge that evening that he was arrested. So maybe they couldn't get a hold of the probation officer and they could only get a hold of the judge. I don't know. But that's how that would have gone. The police would have made the arrest, and then it would have been up to the PO and the judge whether or not he was taken to jail.
Violation of probation for sure, says Shirley.
Mm-hmm. So,
Wowza.
right, and maybe he'll end up getting charged with that too, but it sounds like who cares if he gets charged with that, right? More than likely, if he has all those charges, he's got several violations of probation in there. And it doesn't seem to be getting him any time behind bars. And I certainly don't understand it.
Yeah.
He sounds dangerous, for
Yeah,
one.
right.
And definitely a menace to society.
Yep.
It's not, this isn't a one-shot deal here. So,
So, when something really horrible happens,
like he murders some old lady and,
right.
Sexually assaults her and throws her in the woods like the
Yeah.
other guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Right.
he's batshit crazy and just doesn't give a shit, obviously.
Right. That should have been taken care of long before that happened. Then what do we say? Vermont, it's seemingly, and I'm going to be careful with what I say here, seemingly more and more like the go-to state if you want to
Be a dumbass.
be a dumbass and pick your drum that you want to bang on. Well, I had a rough childhood or whatever. Let me go. Give me an excuse.
Yeah, and remember that when you're voting tomorrow, because
Jesus.
nothing is going to change unless it changes under the Golden Dome, and it's not going to change under the current administration. It's just absolutely not. Vermont needs to start cracking down. We need to have people in there that want to punish people for their crimes, that want to stop holding hands and being so friendly. It's
I gotta tell you, man, it's like if I did real dangerous, stupid shit like that, I would not want the judge to say to me, well, you had a rough childhood, well, this, and you dropped out of high school, so we understand. I would want I would want the judge to be fair to me, just like anyone else. I mean, there's people in this. There's a lot. The balance is off. It's way
and there
off.
comes a time in life where we all have hard times, and some of us have way harder times than others.
Yes.
But there comes a time in your life where you need to throw away the crutch and decide that, okay, things were really shitty, but I'm not going to lean on that for the rest of my life.
Be
and I'm just going to make
accountable.
things different for me. I'm going
Right.
to make things different for me. And yeah, it's, I don't get it. I just know that it really does matter. It matters who is under the dome, who's making these laws, who's making these changes, and what are they actually worried about? They're worried about flavored cigarettes and hairstyles. Last year, the legislature spent all kinds of time on a bill
I remember.
that you can to not discriminate over hairstyles.
Yes.
Are you shitting me?
Yes.
And we're so worried about
Hurting feelings.
yeah, hurting feelings, and that's why you don't grade in school anymore. That's why
Yeah.
nobody gets trophies, or everybody gets a trophy. And, shit's just we gotta go backward, or we're not going forward anytime quickly. We're just gonna keep swarming the drain.
Yeah. Woo. I wonder what's going to happen here. I wonder if this story of this guy, it'll be dusted under the rug. Like,
Probably. I mean, and most of them are. Most of them
and
are.
we'll forget about this story by the end of the day today. We'll move on.
Yeah, I don't know about that because a lot of people are really pissed off. But we'll see. Remember tomorrow when you're casting
That's
your
right.
votes. That's all I can say is just remember we have to take this shit back. And
Yeah.
I don't like to go back to that old phrase of take back Vermont, and I certainly don't mean
Yeah.
it in the way that
Right.
it was meant then. But in the new way,
We need to get our shit
we need
together.
to get it together.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah, where's Fred Tuttle when we need him?
Yeah.
I
God
mean,
bless
come on.
Fred.
Good Lord. This is just absolute insaneness. But anyways, Vermont State Police are asking for the public's help finding 2 runaway juveniles.
Yeah.
The St. Albans barracks were called Sunday morning to help locate Jenna Brady, 16 of Berkshire, who is believed to be with another runaway juvenile, Alex St. John, 17, also of Berkshire. So, if you know the whereabouts of those 2 individuals, if you could please call 802-524-5993 to leave an anonymous tip if you would like.
The story about the teenagers that were injured at the skate park in Burlington, right there on the waterfront,
Insane.
really disturbed me. I've been to that skate park during the day, but this one under investigation. One teenager injured. What teenager? Call me crazy here, but what teenager is allowed to be at the skate park at 4:30 in the morning?
Well,
Is there, mom and dad, or mom or dad, where the hell are you? I mean, really? My God. Do we know anything more about that? What's like?
no.
It's horrible.
I know that they were from out of state. A couple of them were from New York or maybe Massachusetts, one or the other. And a couple of them were from Burlington.
Yeah.
Well,
Skateboarding.
supposedly skateboarding.
Of course.
I'm sure they weren't at the skate park skateboarding. But,
listen,
we all know
you come up
what they were doing.
You come up from Springfield, Massachusetts to go skateboarding at 4:30 in the morning on beautiful Lake Champlain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sure.
What else is happening in Vermont?
Sure. There's a new trail network. It is Vermont's first fully accessible and adaptive mountain bike trails.
Okay.
The story about that is in here. Nestled in the Green Mountains, the driving range features 4 miles of gnarly climbs, twisting curves, and adrenaline-pumping drops.
Wow.
Pretty cool that they've widened those trails and made them accessible to all. I just think that's awesome. We knew it was a crazy day yesterday at Thunder Road.
Yes, it was. Oh, my God.
Some scary moments, some great wins, some first-time wins. It was just a good weekend, and very happy to hear that Walker is okay
Walker
after
Fitch.
a horrible flip.
Yeah. I watched that video a couple times. Couldn't believe it. The 75 lapper for the Tigers, the Triple Crown event, was postponed because of rain. That's going to be rerun on Thursday, August 15th. But the late models got their 50 lapper in. Caden Fisher, no surprise from Shelburne, took the checkers on that. Jason Corliss right behind him. Marcel Gravel in third. Cooper Bouchard fourth. And Brandon Lanphier rounding out the top 5 for the late models. The 25-lap event for the street stocks went to Derek Farnham, Scott Weston in second, Michael Gay third, Fred Fleury fourth, and Casey Collins in the 5th spot. Looking here at the street stocks, the 50-lap event, Trevor Jakes from Milton got that one. Ryan Foster behind him. Zach Audette, number 3. A lot of eyes on that guy. Zach Audette, he's doing well. And look at this. Dean Switzer Jr. in 4th. No surprise there. And Tyler Whittemore in 5th. Let's see. Road Warriors. Taylor Sayers gets the win yesterday.
Nice.
But Mother Nature, giving us problems again.
Of course.
Yeah.
She always is messing things up.
I know. United States U.S. ending the Paris 2024 Olympics with 40 gold medals yesterday, tying China for the most gold, but winning the overall medal count with 126 total compared to China's 91. But there you are, if you're counting medals. And I said
Even
this,
though you're not supposed to do that.
don't count medals.
No.
You know, listen, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way. And I know a lot of people love the Olympics and they watch the Olympics, and I'm just poking fun about the whole breakdancing thing in the Olympics. I can't believe breakdancing is...
It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
I just can't believe that it's an Olympic sport. And I know there's people watching and listening right now who are saying, what's the problem, JD? What does it matter to you whether or not breakdancing...
It's not a sport. It doesn't belong. It's not... That is ludicrous.
How is breakdancing a sport? First of all, it's from the 80s. It's a has-been. It came and went. It was a fad. It was something that was popular in the 80s, and it's gone.
Sign up for America's Got Talent. Get out of the Olympics. It's asinine.
Breakdancing.
Yeah.
Why do we have to expand?
Because we got to include everybody.
We gotta include everyone. How about
because they wanted to.
How about when somebody sits down at the big Olympic conference table? All right, so let's imagine here for a second. Let's imagine me and you and Sherilyn and Michael Booten and Tom Lozon.
We lost.
Let's imagine all of us were part of the Olympic Committee. And we're sitting down at the Olympic Committee conference table. And I said, guys, I'm serious here. Please listen to me. Next year, I think I would like to include, and I want to know how you all feel about this. I think next year I want to include breakdancing as part of the Olympics.
A motion to remove JD from the committee. Looking for a second, all improved. Good. Get the fuck out.
What would you... I mean, you...
That's it.
All,
that's what I would do.
I would expect hysterical laughter. I would expect someone to throw something at me. Maybe even put me in a headlock. But like you just said, at the very least, shut up. There's the door. Get out of here. What an asinine idea that was. I know. I'm being so harsh to these poor breakdancers who've worked so hard at their craft to
America's
be in the
Got
Olympics.
Talent. American Idol. There you go.
Raylene.
Get a trophy. Maybe even get a contract. Become famous and then do something with your life. I don't know.
Gordon says he wants to see me breakdance. The only thing you're going to see break is my hip. But let me tell you something. If Gordon, you, Glenn, if any of you were really talented breakdancers from the 80s, would you want to say, I know, I'm going to...
I don't know. We're stuck here.
Would you want to say, I'm a breakdancer. Actually, I have a silver medal in breakdancing in the Olympics. I'm a gold medalist. Oh, gold medalist in the Olympics? For what? Breakdancing. All right. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, crews are still searching for the person who they believe drowned at a popular swimming hole over the weekend. The Vermont State Police Underwater Recovery Team and several other emergency crews responded to the Warren Falls for a missing person just before 2 p.m. on Saturday. I know that yesterday the Swiftwater teams were there, and it was still pretty, it was dangerous for them to be searching, and they were struggling and having a hard time.
Yeah.
So they hope to resume today if conditions allow that to happen, but maybe not.
Yeah.
It's that is what they're waiting for right now. They said with the high and swift water, recovery was unsuccessful, and that's not surprising. And I mean, I don't want to say that I'm not saying this in a mean way. I just, it has rained and rained and rained, and it rained crazy Thursday, Friday, and just think before you go, and think, if you don't want to think about yourself, think about all of the people that are going to have to be in that water, risking their lives to come in the water after you, to try to save you, and when they can't, and how much that affects the people you love, your community, the people that tried so hard to save you and were unsuccessful. And yeah, like, man, just use your freaking head. And I know these places are beautiful, and everybody wants to swim in them and be in them, but there's a reason that people don't swim in the quarries anymore, right?
Yeah.
And
Right.
they're off limits. And still, every once in a while, you'll hear that somebody has done that, but not as often as you hear this.
I know.
And every year, it's the same thing, and it's kind of like going off trail during the winter,
Right.
or going
Sure.
up the friggin' notch when you know you're not supposed to. Like,
Yeah.
just come on.
Listen, Warren Falls is, and I have several favorite swimming holes in Vermont. Bolton Bowls is one of them, but Warren and Moss Glen Falls up in Stowe, and the other one down in Warren. But Warren Falls is my favorite swimming hole. I love it. I go there at least once per summer, and I was there on Friday, August 2nd, when it was 90-something degrees. And I was there, and I swam, and I loved it. But I also know that in a lot of this man was from New Jersey. A lot of folks from out of state don't really understand that if it rains on a Monday hard, these rivers are still,
super angry.
super intense for days afterwards.
And it rained hard that day, and
Friday. I mean, this happened Saturday. I mean, the heavy rains that we had on Friday, I mean, I wouldn't go near Warren Falls for at least a week.
yeah. And
That's
I mean,
just
I
me.
feel horrible, and I feel horrible for his family and everybody that was there.
Right.
I feel horrible. I just wish people would really think about it.
I said to Sherilyn, I'm like, Warren Falls has turned into, it's not like it was back in the 90s. It has turned into a tourist trap. It is, the state went in there and they made a huge parking lot. They put a gate on it. They've got a sign right there on Route 100. I mean, when I was there, I'm going to be honest with you, Raylene. When I was there on Friday, August 2nd, I think I counted 2 or 3 green license plates in the parking lot. Every one was New York, Ontario, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut. And I think that the state of Vermont, and this is just my opinion, and I know easier said than done maybe, but I think the state of Vermont should close the gate. They should not only close the gate so that vehicles can't get in there and park after a rain event like that, but I think they should also take it a step further and have a state employee that's parked there, be it a game warden or whoever, that says, no one's allowed in here right now. The water's too high. It's closed. It's actually closed.
Well, they close other beaches
Right.
around the state,
Yeah.
For all kinds of different reasons.
Yeah, right,
And
sure.
so it is possible to do. I mean, sure, there are still people that are going to ignore that, but
Right.
it is possible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, horrible story. That one.
Yeah, I just feel bad for everybody involved, and I cringe at the thought of these these crews, even though they're well trained, having to go into such a situation. It's dangerous. It's dangerous for them.
After all that rain, amazing. Absolutely. Let's talk Tetros Appliance. Wholesale parts for industrial and commercial facilities. You bet. Absolutely. They have it. They do that. It is true. They are very, very busy right now. Not only are they looking for additional staff members and technicians through the busy summer months and fall, but they're just wonderful people over there. I don't know what else to say about Mark Tetro and Tetros Aces. Their showroom, Morrison Road in Barrie. They're open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, Fridays, 8 to 4. And again, they're hiring technicians for the summer, 476-1416. But they do everything, not just, housing authorities and property management programs, but medical facilities. They do everything, commercial, residential, and beyond. Tetros, one of our sponsors here. Washington County Mental Health, what a great Saturday that was. I heard. I wasn't there, but they had a real solid mental health event on Summer Street on Saturday.
They did wellness. It was a wellness clinic, basically, for all of those who have been hard impacted by the flood. They opened that up not only to Barrie City, but all the surrounding towns, to include Plainfield. You could go and enjoy. Everything was free, and they had all kinds of things for the kids, as well as just relaxation, and a minute for the adults to breathe
And unplug for a little bit. Yeah.
Massage.
Yeah, it was awesome.
All kinds of great things.
Serving the Central Vermont community for about 60 years now with person-centered care. We're talking about Washington County Mental Health.
And we know Wellness Wednesday will be starting up really soon. Again, they always started up not long after school starts. But fall? Early fall?
Sure.
Usually.
Yeah, usually in September. We'll chat with
They
Heather.
do it for like a month and a half, and then again in the winter.
Yeah.
Help get you through the blues.
Right. We're talking about 6,000 plus Vermonters every year that Washington County Mental Health serves. That's a lot of people. We are so blessed by them. Also blessed by Preston Kia, also one of our presenting sponsors.
Who's hiring?
They're hiring. I saw that. Great ad, by the way, up on the Facebook page. You talk about a family team right there. If you're looking for a new car, if you're looking for something that's pre-owned, their inventory is amazing right now. It's exploding on the lot, and they have big incentives.
And if
the
you're not
summer.
looking for a car, but you're looking for a job, they are looking for internet sales specialists to join their growing team. The ideal candidate will have excellent customer service skills, experience in sales, and great phone communication skills. There's daily duties, of course. The list is right on the page. It's full-time. They have health benefits, dental, 401k match, AFLAC, paid vacation. You can hear all about it by contacting Nicole directly at N Carpenter, but it's a Carpentier, actually.
Carpentier.
NCARPENTIER at PrestonsKia.com. So go ahead, check it out. New career right there for a great team. As you said, it's a great team.
Yeah.
It's the atmosphere in there is always just
And
so awesome.
And look, let me say this, and we're way off script here, but if you're just looking for a cup of coffee and to chew the fat about a vehicle without any pressure, that's the place to go to. You go in there, you sit down, relaxed conversation, you get to work with someone face to face, come up with ideas.
And then turn around and leave if you want.
Right.
They're not crazy pushy.
That's right.
At all. It's awesome.
Speaking of hiring, Fecto Homes is hiring, and you had a great ad on our Facebook page about Fecto Homes, about modular homes. They're really all about like educating you and teaching you about different options. But Modular. Every time I hear the word modular, it's got my attention. I was at a friend's house last night in a modular home. Absolutely gorgeous. So they'll teach you everything you need to know. If you have any questions, no matter what they are, stop in.
Right. And as you said, they're looking for lead carpenter to join their growing team. So please reach out, get in touch. You can find anything out about that by sending your resume to sales@vectohomes.com, where you can go right down there and visit them right at the office during the day. Somebody will be happy to sit down with you.
This isn't. They're not looking for someone for a month or two. These are opportunities throughout the entire year.
Year round, all the time. Yeah, they're busy all the time.
Paid time off, overtime, holiday pay, health insurance, travel time. It's all in there. Fectohomes.com/careers. Hop on it. Get on it today. Looking ahead here in our community calendar, we have dinner and bingo tomorrow at the American Legion. We got the farmers market on Wednesday. We got Thunder Road coming up this Thursday night. Concerts and food trucks in the park also on Thursday night. It's going to be a great week.
Yeah, farmers market, all those great things.
Weather's going to be perfect. If you want to see more of what's happening, hop on, of course, vt-world.com, or just pick up a copy of the World newspaper. We're talking about almost 25,000 people each week that they reach. So we love getting when Chris walks up here, usually on Tuesdays, I think, and gives us our World newspaper. Raylene and I fight over it. Sometimes
who's going to read it first?
Who's going to get it first? We love it. We love getting it. Looking ahead on Saturday, August 24th. This is one you really want to get on your calendar. August 24th, Fontaine Meadows has a car show. Route 2, right up in their Lighthouse Meadow. It starts at 11 a.m. It is absolutely free. Vintage Classics going to be there. Central Vermont Cars and Coffee is going to be there. Bring your car. Bring your truck. Bring whatever you got. If it's an antique or classic or just a really beautiful car. Get over to Fontaine Meadows. They have their car show on Route 2. The Green Mountain Reggae Festival. And I've got my flyer right here. But this is big. Matt was just over the house, and we got to sit down on Friday and talk. But it was just a great conversation.
Let's explain that a little bit, because one of the last posts that you did, we had a lot of conversation back with us, or a lot of comments that were
about culture
it being blurred out.
Yeah. So that's all been taken care of.
Right.
That was a band called Culture. That was when they had made the poster. They hadn't confirmed yet on Culture, but that has since been confirmed.
Right,
and
I believe that when they came in and did the show with you, they said that was the case, but that also when we had them on the phone just a few days later, when we they were really talking to you about this, they said they weren't going to out everybody all at once. They were going to kind of slowly go into this of who was going to be there, and what the big announcements hadn't been made yet. So,
and we were waiting on Culture, so we weren't positive, but Culture is actually confirmed. And that band right there was at and performed at with Bob Marley in 1980 when he came back from Europe. Came back to Jamaica.
Nice.
Part of that One Love concert, which was one of the biggest historical musical events ever in history, along with Woodstock. I mean, that was it. So Culture was there, and Culture is coming to Vermont. They will be at the Green Mountain Reggae Festival, which is huge. We had a lot of people saying, whoa, about that. It's September 6th, 7th, and 8th. Again, 6, 7, and 8 of September. I will be there all 3 days and cannot wait. GreenMountainReggaeFestival.com to get your tickets, and they're already selling very fast, says Matt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The word is out. The cat's out of the bag on the Green Mountain Reggae Festival. What else? Anything else? Did we get it all?
I don't think so.
I think Nelson's has some different hours going on today. I think they're going to be opening a little bit later. They've got something going on, but Nelson Ace Hardware, we were talking about Blackstone griddles with my friends the other day. A couple of my friends have them. Some don't. I'm part of the crowd that doesn't yet have a Blackstone griddle. Gonna be honest, was kind of hoping for one for Father's Day, just a small one. But they've got them over there at Nelson's, and they're huge.
My dad has one.
Does
they
he?
are very nice. Yes.
Well, it's one thing. It's one thing to do the bacon inside, but if you are outside as a man, if you're outside cooking the bacon, it feels primal. Am I not explaining myself well? You're looking at me like, when you're outdoors, you got the wind, you got the trees, you got the fresh air, you're cooking the bacon. It feels like you're camping, even if you're in your backyard. It feels like you're in survival mode. As a man,
survival mode.
You're trying to provide for your family. It might. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Good Lord! Did you see my Happy Good Day sweatshirt?
I did. Kudos to Rosie. She is such a great little girl.
And I got a hat and I got my sweatshirt.
They just celebrated their anniversary.
Yes, I was so excited. And I noticed that. Do you keep track of Raising Rowan?
Oh, very much. I had them on the air when that first started.
Yeah, and it was really neat to see that they're all connected.
Yeah.
And
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when Aired Out first started over at Central Vermont Television when I had them on the air, and I'll never forget that one.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Rosie and her mom
pretty cool
at Happy Good Day are connected to great people doing great things for many people in Vermont and beyond.
Yes.
So listen, everyone. If you had a rough weekend or a rough week last week, please know this. It is a new day. It is a new week. We're going to have, the sun is going to be out this week. It's going to be shining. We're all going to be okay. Relax about the primaries. Don't get too worked up about this stuff. Calm down. Be happy. Take a deep breath. Relax. Get outside.
Don't get worked up, but go and vote.
But go and vote, of course, yes. But just listen. We got through this storm on Friday. We know that there's areas of Vermont that were hit very hard from it. We know there's a lot of people that are struggling. We know there's a lot of information that needs to get properly relayed, and we will do that this week. We're watching things carefully. Just take good care of one another. Count your blessings. Breathe in some fresh air. And just try to enjoy life. All right? We're going to be all right. It's going to be a good week. Thanks, Raylene.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone. And Glenn, if you want to sell your griddle to me, make me an offer. All right? All right.